Welcome back to On the Record. We're here at the Rackspace Leadership Summit, and I'm with Sean McCaffery, who is, well, I'll let you describe who we are. So welcome to the show, Sean, and tell us what you're doing for Rackspace.
Thank you, Robert. Again, so my name is Sean. I'm director of our channel cloud sales team. I also have a hybrid role managing our worldwide operations, which gives me a unique look at things that I can affect to improve the program that we have. So, I don't know if you want me to give you a little background about myself, or
Sure, just real quick.
Okay, so real quick, I spent the last 14 years at Lucent Technologies in Avaya with the communications hat on. Joined Rackspace at the beginning of August, and so it's been about a couple months, and really enjoy the roller coaster.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting place to be, especially coming out of the telecommunications, where it was you didn't know if you were up or down until you got to working that morning. And now at Rackspace, it's the question I think is probably right now is how much higher up are we every day? It's pretty much growing that. Talk to me about the cloud. Like, what exactly does Rackspace do in there that you're from the cloud side?
Right. So in the cloud side, we have some offers. The definition of cloud can differ depending on who you speak with, kind of like unified communications. So we have cloud hosting, cloud files, and cloud servers. So that would encompass kind of the web, the storage, and the server side. We have our email and applications segmented by our Rackspace mail. We also offer hosted exchange, including SharePoint, our mobility applications being ActiveSync or BlackBerry, and then our Jungle Disk backup storage product as well.
Okay, and so my audience is about 160,000 people who are resellers of technology in one way, shape, or form. Why is this cloud important to? Or is it?
No, I think cloud is extremely relevant, especially in today's environment. I mean, with the economy being the way it is, the green initiatives that are out there, it just gives, everyone should be top of mind thinking of cloud and ways not only to save money, but to improve the efficiency of their business, as well as thinking about the environment. So it should be top of mind with everyone.
Well, one of the problems that our readers always, like whenever I go out and I talk to them and speak with them, they're talking about all sorts of things. So one is what company should I pick, and how do I make that decision, and how do I know they're going to be the best one 200 years from now, and those types of questions. But they're also worried about storage and security and just that whole thing of it's sort of like I look at it sort of like the mother having a whole bunch of kids, and all of a sudden now they're going off to university. And how do you make that transition? How would you answer that?
Well, Rackspace is a leader in the business, and we didn't get that way by just building a few data centers and saying, all right, guys, come cloud compute with us. It's really the people that make the difference. We have a great group of people, and we operate under the banner of fanatical support. That's our differentiator. That's what we live by, and that's really how we separate ourselves. So in terms of security, in terms of any kind of peace of mind that one might need, that's what we offer in terms of having someone available 24/7, 365, picking up a phone, working with you, chatting with you if need be in any way, shape, or form. That's what we provide for that security.
And how does that translate? So if a VAR comes in, or any type of a resource, or somebody from our audience wants to get involved in this, how do they make margins on this?
Really, the sky's the limit, and that's the great thing about a utility model in cloud. You're able to you get a very competitive price from Rackspace, and you're able to look at your market and put on your margin that you think the market will bear. We're finding today that resellers are having a very healthy margin, and the utility model gives you the opportunity to do that and bundle around your solutions and provide your own unique brand of service that you can make those type of margins that you're looking for. So,
to answer the question though about putting your toe into the water and getting into there, as this whole market's growing, Rackspace is going to have a whole lot more competitors for a while, and eventually they'll merge and consolidate and so on. But in that period, there will be other companies who are gonna come around there and they're gonna say, well, you know, Rackspace is not number one anymore, we are, whether it's true or not, there's gonna be all those. For a VAR getting in, should they not wait and see, you know, let's wait 2 years, 3 years, 4 years and see what's gonna happen? What would happen to a VAR if they do that?
Definitely not. I think the market will definitely pass them by. Margins are getting very thin on the ground from a hardware perspective, as it's becoming really a third-party type of product. So, you know, the time is now. To wait would mean that you're just being left behind. And there's more and more companies and resellers that are you know, adopting cloud. I compare it kind of to the PBX move to IP. And now it's a de facto standard, and I think from a cloud perspective, I think there should be really no more concerns whether there's, you know, if it's really when and now.
So we tell our audience that they have to become trusted business advisors, and we built that whole program called Trusted Business Advisors for them, for the education and the products and the tools and the certification and all that. Can they be a trusted business advisor if they don't understand the cloud?
Well, of course, you need to have an understanding of the cloud, but that's what Rackspace is here to work with you, partner with you, give you the tools and enable you through our program, through our collateral, through our training, that you'll be empowered to do that. So we're with you every once, you know, step of the way. We don't leave you on your own, and we're more than willing to engage with an end customer if need be, wearing another hat. If you'd like us to, if you want to be the face of the customer as a reseller, perfectly fine with that. We stand with you and to promote that partnership.
If they don't go into the cloud, do you think their customers are going to go into the cloud anyways?
Definitely. You know, if you look at all the indications, especially in the SME side of the business, a lot of customers now are saying, I can't afford some of my IT capex, so they're moving more to this OpEx model, and you're really going to be left behind, especially in the SME space. But we're also, of course, finding in the large enterprise space, you have a mix of a dedicated environment and now a move to cloud environment as they look at their IT resources today and say, how can I maximize my efficiency?
So if I try to sum this up, because I'm really trying to understand why my audience isn't moving there as fast as they should.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been through this with a lot of technologies as they come out. And it's, you know, a part of it is that they are a trusted business advisor to these people, and they really want to do the best for their customer, and they get nervous because if, you know, something goes wrong. But if they look at it, most of them are selling to the SME or the SMB marketplace, and so a customer coming in there is going to get all the new equipment is going to be provided to them on a regular basis. They have better storage, most likely, better security, lower cost, better access to it for mobility, like for all these people who are going into the mobile marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
And the downside is, maybe you better answer that because I can't quite figure it out.
No, you're right, and you missed one point in terms of upgrades. So how many of us want to get tied into proprietary upgrades? Well, with Rackspace in the cloud model, you know that's built in terms of the change of technology and the pace of technology. So to the downside, I think would be really you're losing a market share, you're losing margin, and you're leaving a lot of money on the table.
Well, okay, I would say that's on the upside then. The downside would be if there's problems with going into there, and
Okay.
You're right. So, yeah, and you know, so it's really mostly a question of, you know, do you want 30, 40, 50% margins, or are you really happy with 4, 5, 6% margins?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a pretty robust partner program, and I know it's a little bit confusing all over the place because there's a whole bunch of them, but you're consolidating them. Why are you building those? Like, how important is the channel to you guys?
Channel is extremely important. It's the kind of building blocks foundation of our business, and it's an extension of our sales team, right? The coverage and the partnership we have, because our resellers really are as you mentioned, the trusted advisor. Where as a vendor we can't get that kind of personal relationship that the channel can. So yes, we're unifying our program today. We're going to move to one tiering system. We're going to reward all of our partners for selling across all of our offers, be it dedicated, be it cloud, being it our email and application. So that will be one unified partner program. And we're really going to set some really attractive incentives to not only move up the stack, but move wide as well across our program.
So your average, the VARs that you're looking for, the resellers that you're looking for, give me from a high end. Are they super techies that are, know everything about technology and that's the person you're looking for, or what is the profile?
No, the profile ranges from really anything, from an affiliate who may just be a blogger that wants to put on our logo and banner and get compensated on some clicks through to Rackspace, to a system integrator, or a large system integrator, and to a distributor. So really, you don't need a lot of technical expertise. Given the control panel that we have and that we provide to our resellers, it's really easy to use. The APIs we give are extremely easy to use. There is a certain amount of technical knowledge needed, but of course we help you through that. So I would say the barriers to entry are very few.
And what would be the best case scenario? Let's say I gave you a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so well, I'll put it a different way. So you and I are going to go into business, and it's going to be a business where we're going to open up a little VAR organization, and we want this thing to grow tremendously well. But you can't go into it because you've got a job, I've got a job, so we're going to hire somebody. And it comes down, and we make an agreement. I'm going to do the interviewing. You're going to get the final choice. I'll give you two people. Okay? One of them's an MBA, real good in sales, real good in business, but really doesn't have very much technology background. The other one is a techie through and through, but really doesn't know how to run a business. Which one would you want?
Well,
You
ultimately,
can't have both.
no, you nailed me there. I would say, if you look at our program from a referral perspective, I think you're looking at more the MBA, which wouldn't need so much technical knowledge, but is really kind of a relationship person, driving people to a website and driving business through that with Rackspace. And then, as you move maybe to a different level of engagement as a reseller, you do need a certain amount of technical expertise, and that would be probably the other technical person you were referring to. So, in a perfect world, it would be a combination of both.
But a non-perfect, hire the MBA type person and let
For-
him hire staff
I would say
that has the technical knowledge.
correct for an affiliate program where the touch with Rackspace is rather light in terms of the referral business, kind of an agent type business, that's fine on its own. I think if you want to really understand and get down into our offers and be able to really provide that add value to your customer, you probably need a bit of a background in technical.
Okay. What's your final comments on what advice would you give to our audience, which is the resellers?
Yeah, my advice, if you're not thinking about cloud, you need to be. Our customers are reaching out for that. The pace of IT is changing rapidly. Not only driven by the economy, but really efficiency in the enterprise. And if it's not top of mind right now, I encourage you to get it top of mind, and really go to our RackSpaceCloud.com website and to get more information on it.
Terrific. Sean, it's been a pleasure, and hope you'll come back on the show one time.
Thank you for inviting me.